Good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Still a lot of stuff going on in the market. Market looked like it wanted to do a rebound today, and guess what? The market said, and continued to the downside. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Please give us some good news. Debbie, I always give you good news. My portfolio is so deep in the red of them never get. All right. So, you know something? I might have to do another video next week about how to manage your stocks. I thought Joey, didn't I do one especially on how to manage the high flying stocks? Did I not do one a while ago?
Yeah.
Debbie, I did a video. If Joey could, I don't know if he can find it. It was a while ago. But I specifically did a video on a lot of the high flying stocks that were rocking and rolling and showed you several ways to get out of it. You know something? In today's session, I may look at, hi Oscar, I may look at some of the stocks that you own that you have questions about. How about that, Debbie? I may do that. I'll do that in lieu of looking at your stocks. I think I'm going to try to do that today. For all of the stocks that you guys are having questions about how to manage them, that's what I think I'll look at today later on. Have any idea why it's going down and when it will go up? Which stock? I'll talk about AMD, please. Ryan did a short on AMD. Nonetheless, I'm going to write that down if that's one of the stocks that you're looking at. Snazzy says NVIDIA. All right. AMD, NVDA. So guess what? If you write your stocks down now, I will look at them. All right. I'm not worried about how many stocks today. I'm looking at, and Jesse, I'm looking at stocks that you guys are having trouble with. That's what I'm looking for. So not just stocks. Does everybody understand what I just said? Not looking at just stocks. I want to look at the stocks that you're having trouble with. I know SMCI is one of those, okay? Not just regular stocks. Any idea why the market's going down? Yeah, it needed a pullback. All right. And we're still looking at the idea, Francisco, that a lot of people are coming to the realization that we ain't getting 3 rate cuts this year. All right. That we ain't getting 3 rate cuts this year. ARM is another one. I'm looking at some of the ones that I know. Are problem stocks. I'm not writing down all of these stocks. I'm looking at the stocks that I know are problem stocks with you guys holding. So, got you, Jess. So I just want you to understand that. I'm not writing down all of these stocks. I'm writing the ones down that people I know are having problems with. All right. TQQQ, no. I wouldn't be in TQQQ right now. It doesn't make any sense to be in TQQQ right now. And there was already signs way before now that gave you some idea about getting out of TQQQ. But if you're in it, you're hurting because SQQQ is the big mover. ITSM, I like that. Netflix, I'll write that down. Fed Governor Glenn said to raise the rates 100 basis points and get to it. That was last year. I said that we needed one of those raises to be 100 basis points. But no, nobody listens. It's all right. Troy says right now, 75% cash, 25 contra. That's a good play, Troy. For that, I give you a cheer. That's a good play. 75% cash, 25% contras. That's a good play right now. All right. AVGO is another one. All right. Again, I'm not looking at likes today. Not looking at likes. But what I am looking for is to get us up to 300 viewers. All right. 300 live. Do me a favor. Joey's going to put the link in there. Share the link. I need everybody to really share the link. I think Netflix is going to be fine for earnings. Unless there's a big bump in losing customers or subscribers, I think that Netflix is going to be just fine. All right. That's my That's my 2 cents in regards to that. Folks, I really want us to get up to 3. With the content that we put out here, folks, there's no reason why we can't have 300 people in the room. All right. With that being said, looking at the market, a lot of red. All right. Elizabeth Warren was complaining about the Fed Governor Glenn raising rates too fast. She's like the old lady who would yell at you for playing wiffle ball in front of her house. Wow, John. I gotta laugh at that. Wow. All right. Tesla, on the other hand, nobody should be trading Tesla to the upside. I'm not going to write that one down, Glenn. Nobody should be playing Tesla to the upside. I did a video looking at a possible bottom on it. I did a video on it. Was it the right time to buy? I was looking for specific things to happen, but the news just keeps coming out more and more negative about Tesla. I don't think Tesla, I don't think it's unrealistic to believe that Tesla's not going to meet earnings. But we're going to see how it comes out with revenue. If they ain't making the cars, I know they're looking to build in India. All right, to put more cars out there. Tesla's not the way to go unless you're playing it TSLQ. All right. I forgot VectorVest doesn't recognize it. We do recognize it, Roger. Just got to put a hash sign behind it. It's DJT/. That's it. We do recognize it. Don't try to go down that path. It's a stock. It's in the market. We track it. Don't care who owns it. We track it. All right. So, yeah, we do recognize it. All right. So just putting that out there. All right. All the red. I saw the market was trying to do a rebound today, and then the rebound said no. No. Lloyd says VVC at a new low. It is. And my picks today are going to be more conducive to the market's actions. And that's where we're going to look at. But let's go look at some news that's moving the market. Let's go there. Boom. And, this is where it all starts. We keep asking the question, well, why is the market going down? It starts right here. We all know that the run from November until right now was based on a couple of different things. It was based on the idea that the Fed was going to cut interest rates 3 times this year. As soon as those words came out of his mouth, Uncle Glenn said there was no way. All right. Now it's coming to fruition. I think everybody was thinking about the June cut was going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. The data doesn't support a cut. The economy doesn't support a cut. And you're hearing more and more Fed bosses reiterates rate cut is not likely until when? The end of the year. All right, till the end of the year. Could you explain how contras work, Kathy? They play the market to the downside for you. You buy contras, which are contrarian ETFs or contrarian exchange traded funds. As the market goes down, you buy these contras long. They do the shorting for you. It is ideally set for people who do not like the short markets or short stocks or are not comfortable playing options to buy puts. For those people who do want to take advantage of a downward trending market, contras are the way to go. You buy them long. As long as the market or whatever it's tracking goes down, that contra ETF goes up in price. Does that help you, Kathy? That's exactly how it works. Ideal for people who don't want to short the market or do not know how to buy puts by way of options. All right. Jazz says it's easy money. I'm with you. I've got a portfolio of mine. It's got a good little amount of money, and I got all SQQ in it. And I'm a very happy individual. All right. Glenn, despite the market being down, I am not getting many stocks showing up in my short strategies. That happens when we have a long way to fall. Hope I'm wrong. Well, we're going to find out. I got some short stocks for you. All right. So big headline story reiterates rate cut is not likely until the end of the year. The labor market stays resilient, but housing regresses on higher mortgage rates. Mortgage rates now went back up to 7%. Sales of previously owned houses decreased from 4.3 from the prior month. If I'm in the market to buy a house, I'm not buying one right now. I'm holding on to my home that's got its mortgage rate in locked. How many of you, and I don't know if this is a personal question or not, How many of you have locked in low mortgage rates? How many of you? So if you got low mortgage rates, type low. If you're variable, type the word variable. Those are the folks that are hurting. Those are the folks that are hurting. And again, I don't know if that's personal enough or personal out there. If you don't want to answer it, you don't need to. You don't need to. But I see a lot of people got the low, no mortgage. You know, for the people who have no mortgage, most likely you were boomers. Because I've said on more than one occasion that it's the boomers that's carrying this market. It is the boomers that are carrying this market for the most part. I say that for the most part. I shouldn't generalize that way. But most boomers have paid off their homes. And those are the people that I see a lot of free and clear, no mortgage since 2009. Bell says mortgage paid off. Bernice, no mortgage. And that's fine. John says, Gen X, I'm 2 weeks younger than you, Glenn. And, you know, I love rental house, no mortgage, says Glenn. I got you. I got you. So just curious. But that sucks for the people. I saw one or two that said variable. Those are the people that are getting screwed right now. And that sucks. All right. Let's talk a little bit about oil. Oil swings as risk-off mode vies with increased Iranian threats. Going down into the story, oil fluctuated, pairing earlier losses. I own USO, and I'm going to be in it because I think on paper, oil should be rocking. On paper. As markets weighed Iran's threats on Israeli nuclear sites. I think that once Iran wakes up from whatever dream they're in, they're going to realize, oh, hell, did we really say that? I can't see how Iranians even got that thought in their head. I can't see it. I don't understand it. And that's just talk. That is just, but the world doesn't believe that, Iran. So I don't know what you try to do, what you think about what people think you're saying. I don't understand that. I so don't understand that. But because of the heightened threats, oil should be starting to rise again. Probably a mistake not to have mortgage at low rates, says Michael. Well, you know something? You didn't know this was coming. You didn't know that this was coming. Maria says, rent now, always had fixed. There you go. All right. What did John say? Somebody said, thanks, John. No mortgage generates. I'm too. Okay, there you go. All right. Let's go. Oil. Again, I own USO. We're going to take a look at it. I don't know if I put that in my list today. I should have. All right. IMF chief says productivity, Chinese consumer spending, key to boosting global growth. All right. Let me ask you this question. How many of you believe the reports that the Chinese economy is doing well? Type a 1 if you believe that. Type a 2 if you don't believe that. Type a 1 if you do believe that. Type a 2 if you don't believe that. I am in the point of 2. They are not going to give us the real facts, and I am bearish on China. I am so bearish on China. All right, Michael says 2 and 1. How are you going to put 2 and 1? All right, I don't believe it. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Joey, what song is that?
Public Enemy.
Wow, look at you. Public.
Continue.
Wow. All right, that was Public Enemy. So I don't believe, so I'm bearish on China unless they prove me wrong. Now, I know people are doing okay with gold. What did Uncle Glenn say was a better play? Type it in the room. I know you guys, gold is moving. Gold is moving, but what did Uncle Glenn say was a better play? All right. Janice says, song, I thought you were having a seizure. I was rapping. That was Flavor Flav. That was Flavor Flav. What did Uncle Glenn say was a better play? Silver. All right. Why? Because I thought that gold was a little bit overbought and silver was not. Look at this. Look at this story. Silver outgaining gold year to date, set for a second highest ever market deficit in 2024. Woo-wee! Was Uncle Glenn on point or not? Was Uncle Glenn on point? I love I love when I can put this stuff into your hands ahead of time. I do. And, you know, the reason why I say that is for those people who are not subscribers to the channel. For those of you who are not subscribers to the channel, I invite you to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Do it right now. Do it right now. Folks, in tomorrow's video, Joey, I'll talk to you about this later. Tomorrow's video is going to be more stocks on my radar. Going to be more stocks on my radar. How many? Now, I'm going to ask you guys another question. How many of you have made money off of some of the picks that we've given to you, and tell me which pick it was? So if you've made money with some of the picks that we've given you, type the word yes, and then right next to that, put in the ticker symbol. Put in the ticker symbol. Have any of you made money with some of the picks that we've given to you? Yes or no? And if it's a yes, type in the ticker symbol. Type in the ticker symbol. Look at this. Now, this is again for all of the people who are not subscribers to the channel. I love watching VV Nation respond to these answers. Look at that. Alar, Rolls-Royce, SMCI, before it took off. Don't start with me, Jake. I'm not talking about XROF. NGS from Troy. Oil for Charles. What is that, Neil? NVIDIA before it took off. Inverse XROF is kicking butt. I don't know what that is. Another one for Rolls-Royce, PWP. I love that we put out the content, which is why I say over and over, there's no reason why we can't have 300 or more people in every live stream. That's why I always ask you guys to send out the link to your people. SMCI, a lot of these stocks we talked about, ELF, Abercrombie and Fish, I can't say it right, PFIE, Lunar, Lunar, I'm not claiming Lunar as a win. I don't think that was a win. I don't think Lunar was a win. All right, it shot up and then it fell down on its side and then the stock fell down. Mark says SOX, NVIDIA, AVGO, SMCI before. I love that. Harmony, TSLQ, I made a lot of money off of that. So again, this little piece right here is for the people who are not subscribers to the channel. Shut up, Joey. Not subscribers, for those of you who are not subscribers to the channel, I invite you to hit the Jazz. No. Janice, no, do not do that. Do not do that, Janice. All right? Don't do that. Lloyd says the 3 and the 8. We talked about that as well. Stop it, Jazz. Stop it. All right, that's all I got to say about that. All right. So I still like silver. Tesla hits 15-month low in the pre-market after Deutsche Bank downgrade. I'm not saying anything about, I don't think we should be in Tesla. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jazz made money on Disney for real. I'm not talking about, the last time I talked about Disney, we got like 2 views. How many views did we get on the Disney video, Joey? It was low.
586.
It was low. You just guessing because that wasn't the number.
It wasn't 2 either.
It was. I know, but I'm supposed to.
Oh, well, I know too.
No, you don't. Shut up. Stop talking now. Leave me alone.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
You keep it up. Don't. Stop. It's a good thing I love you, Joey. It's a good thing I love you. Zim was another stock that I did like. I owned it. I got the first big dividend on it, and then I left it alone. I left it alone. All right. Let's go to the, I think this is still a powerhouse stock. TSMC post rise in profits, expects Q2 sales to jump. Did I have that on the list? I do. This is one of those high momentum plays. I'm going to show you how to manage that play. I'll save Disney for bottom fishing season. All right. What do you think about Netflix earnings today? I think Netflix does well. That's my 2 cents. All right. Neil says we got to be good, Joey. Joey, stop. Neil is going to turn this live stream around. You're going to be in trouble. TSM noted energy cost concerns. I still think with in the story, the insatiable AI demand, I still think the TSMCs, the SMCIs still overall do well. But we're going to look at the list that you gave me today to see if we should still be in them right now. Meta's another good one. ARM I like as well. Sterling, that was another stock that we gave out to you guys as a stock play. I love that between Ryan and I, we do the best that we can to bring new stocks to the forefront for you guys. All right. Actually, I just did one on SHIP, right? Brand new stock that a lot of people hadn't heard about. Still going up. Let's go to, this is another story. Toyota's newest Land Cruiser is hoping to shake up the what? The hybrid game. I'm seeing more and more of the major manufacturers move from all electric to putting a lot of money behind all electric to looking at hybrids. I think hybrid is most likely the new direction, which is going to hurt Tesla even more because Tesla's all electric. But all of the other major manufacturers that weren't all in on electric and started to buy into that are seeing that those cars are not selling as much. But the hybrids most likely will. How many of you would prefer a hybrid over an all electric? Type of one in the room. How many of you would prefer a hybrid over an all electric? Hydrogen cars are next. Prakash, they've got to make them safe. That's the problem with it. And they're expensive. They got to make it safe, and it's got to be inexpensive. Toyota had it right with the Prius, but the problem with the Prius prior to now is nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted the Prius. But now, after getting a taste of the downside of owning an all electric, I think now and the Priuses held their own. Prior to all the EV space, the Prius held its own. And I think now more and more companies, more of the major manufacturers are getting into the hybrid game. I agree with hydrogen. I do too. I think hydrogen is going to, I also believe, what was the other battery? The video I did on the battery. What was it? What other battery? Anybody remember the video I did on the other battery? Solid state battery. I like that too, but they're expensive. All right. David says ex-Ford sales guy. I own a Ford. I own an Excursion. I love my Excursion. I can rent it out to a family for rent and they can live in the back of my vehicle. I love my Excursion. You can't buy it anymore. And I would never buy a Suburban because it's just not as good. All right. So the new Excursion is now the Expedition bigger. That's what it is. Is Rolls Royce still a buy? It's on my list. We'll take a look at it. Did I write it down? I did not. I'm going to write that down. RYCEY. I'll take a look at that one. Hybrid is the future. I agree with that, Dave. And I think we've experimented with the EVs, and I think that you're going to have people who are in the EV culture that will stay there. I don't think that goes away. You look on the road, 1 out of every 20 cars that I see is a Tesla. So I think that it's out there. People are still going to buy some all EVs, but I think hybrid is probably going to be a better play. Akshanda says, Glenn, what you hear about Israel attack on Iran, are they still going or is this done? I ask because oil has crashed. Oil is, that was one of my first stories today about oil. Just in case you missed it, Akshaya, I think that if Iran is talking about attacking Israeli nuclear sites, oil is gonna blow up big time. I still own USO. All right. So like I said, on paper, I think oil should be running. I've said on more than one occasion that I think that oil is manipulated. I've said that. Errol, I've said that since I saw it the first time. All right. Next story. Talking about AI and chips and all that stuff. Micron set to get $6.1 billion in chip grants. Do you know that the chip bill? Huh? Oh, yeah. Do you know that the chips bill is like $52 billion? Did you know that? Yes or no? Did you know that? Did you know that the chips bill was like $52 billion. And, you know, several companies are getting some of this money. Micron, 6.1, TSM, ASML, they're getting the money. That's a lot of money to get the chips built here so that we don't have to depend on China. Chip bill more. You said it's more than 52 billion? Hold on. How much money in the chips bill? Actually, it says 280 billion. Whoa! I saw a story that said 52 billion. Never mind, Akshaya. I just Googled it. Holy smokes. That's an analyst at the consultant company said the CHIPS Act is a $280 billion spending package over the 10 years that includes oh, there it is. So I was right, Akshaya. 53 billion for manufacturing. All right, that's where my number came from. I thought it was 52, but it's 53 billion for manufacturing. That's a lot of money to get the chips get built there. The act authorizes roughly 280 billion in new funding to boost domestic research and manufacturing of semiconductors. Blah, 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 blah. But there's the number that I got, Akshaya, 53 specifically for manufacturing. Whew, that's a lot of spending. Oh, and we wonder why inflation ain't going down. Another story for another time. All right, how many people who are non-Apple people? How many of y'all not in my Apple cult? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you not in the Apple cult like me? Type of 1 in the room. That's a lot of potato chips. Hope the main farmers get a nice chunk of that. You know something? I don't know about that stuff with the farmers. So I'm part of the Apple cult. So is Joey. A lot of you not. All right, well, here's good news for you. Samsung overtook Apple as far as phone sales. Samsung's got a phone, a $400 Galaxy A35 5G, and arrives in the U.S. with a 2-day battery life. All y'all people that typed 1, y'all gonna get this phone? Yes or no? For all those people who type 1 that you're anti-Apple, y'all gonna get this little $400 piddly phone? It probably is only gonna be like, hello? Oh man, drop the call. Hello? Oh man, it didn't go through. Hello? It's a $400 phone. It's a $400 phone. That's right, I'm talking bad about them. That's right. Who's gonna go? Joey, you gonna go buy a $400 phone? Well, Joey's Apple. All right, Joe.
No, I ain't buying that phone.
I ain't buying that phone either. That's a $400. How many of y'all feel comfortable about a $400 phone? All right. I have a wow, David's got a $30 phone. I got nothing. Listen, David, as long as it does what you need it to do, you're fine, right? As long as it does what you need it to do, you're fine. Yeah, Joey's got the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I got the iPhone Pro Max. My phone's still better than Joey's. All right. Now, on the other side of that, Apple might wait until September to reveal most new AI features. Remember I told y'all to keep your eyes on Apple because Apple, it doesn't come to the forefront first with all of the new technology. They watch it and then they make it better. I did say that and told you that. I am keeping my eye on Apple. And once they reveal all of these AI features, I think it's going to blow people's minds. It's going to blow people's minds. Lee says, I got a flip phone and it works great. They still got those, Lee? I didn't know they still had flip phones. I'm messing with you, Lee. I'm messing. Are you getting a jitterbug phone soon? That. What else can I do? I can do that. I can do that. I'm not getting a jitterbug. You trying to tell me I'm old? That's messed up. All right. I am a phone snob, Janice. I am a phone. I love my Apples. All right. How many people want to know what stock right now is better than TikTok? TikTok's going through a whole bunch of stuff. You know who's going to pick up the business? All right. Guess who's going to pick up the business? My sound needs to be louder. That's on Joey. What company do you think is going to pick up the business from TikTok if it does get banned. Meta, what else? Facebook, Meta, keep going. I'm waiting for the first person that tells me what they no Disney. Did you really say that, Janice? What picks up? Not Meta, not Google. There you go, Michael. Snapchat. Snapchat surges as TikTok bill on potential fast track through Congress. Snap is up 6.19%. Keep your eyes on Snapchat, folks. So I got to tell you, keep your eyes on Snapchat. All right, it's all about Apple. Way to go, Caesar. I like you. Caesar says it's all about Apple. On the Truth Social, no, there's a lot of other alternatives out there, but I think Snapchat is going to be the main one. Short Snap, TikTok isn't going anywhere. I disagree with that. I think TikTok is either going to have to be sold or, and the bill moved it from 6-month divestiture from ByteDance to a year. So Snapchat, TikTok's still going to have a year if this all goes through. We'll see. All right. Those are my stories. Let's get into the software. Look at the market. Change this over to the program. Here's the market. Here's that kickback from today. We did have a move to the upside. Look at the big wick and look at the big selling pressure. And look at this. We got another level of support that we're sitting at and should close below at 63.10. The market still has downside. Snap, attractive price if movement comes true on that. And Glenn, that's why I'm bringing that to the forefront. That's why I said keep your eyes on Snapchat. Let's talk about your picks. I'm going to get there. Let it fall more. I think that this is healthy for the market. Now, one thing we haven't really talked about, Ryan did touch on it. Are we set for a crash? I think that this is healthy. The MTI is getting close to a level where the market should start looking for a bottom. But we went through 1-2 levels of support, approaching a third, sitting at 62.16. All of our major indicators are below the value of 1. And a lot of selling pressure on this current candle. All right, a lot of selling pressure on this current candle. All right, let's go look at my viewers. Here's the markets. Again, we did have a nice little bounce this morning, and now we're still going down. Here's the stocks from the news. I need to put in oil. Did I put in silver? I did not. I'm going to put in oil, and I'm going to put in silver, SIL. Do I want that? Yep. All right. So, as we take a look, silver's at the top. Look at the RT on silver. Again, I like that oil, that gold is moving, but I think silver is a better play. And if you don't want to pay $31 for SIL, it does have options on them. Micron, getting money from the bill, man, way overvalued, but man, not feeling it yet. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. Toyota, down just a little bit. I like that it's undervalued. It's got a RT not at 1 yet, but I think that their move, talking about a new car that's a hybrid, may move that stock higher. TSM, I like this stock, but man, it's a tough stock right now. It does have an RT above 1, but not grossly above 1. How is coal looking? I wasn't going to put coal and energy together, and right now they're holding their own. I know John says Snap overvalued bigly, but I'm looking at Snap as a news play because for the opportunity, if TikTok does go away, Snap's got a big upside potential. So yeah, you're right. It is overvalued. It is not fundamentally sound, but it makes sense due to the news. Does that make sense, John? And question comes up is what happened to LAC? When we start looking at lithium, what's the main problem? What was the main buyer for lithium? Putting them to EVs. EV sales have softened. The sentiment on EVs have softened. And now we've got a lot of lithium that we've got mined that we can't use. That's what's happened with lithium. That's what's happening with lithium, Rajiv. In a nutshell, a lot of the lithium was into EVs. Be careful with coal, says Neil. Okay. How does Snap even make money? You know, I don't know. They got sales. They got sales. Negative earnings growth, but they do have sales. So evidently they're making money somewhere, right? I'm bearish on China. You may or may not agree with me. I don't like the numbers. I don't believe the numbers is what I should say. I don't believe the numbers, so I'm bearish on Yang, on China. Even though it's down today, I wouldn't take it today. Apple, I'm telling you to keep your eyes on Apple. Oil, I'm down a little bit on oil. It's only down 0.2%. USO is what I own. It's down 0.2%. My two best plays in this list right now is going to be silver and Tesla to the downside. Why doesn't that work? Oh, yeah. Wow, I can't click on any of that stuff. That sucks. Did that work? There we go. Sigh. There we go. Silver and Tesla on the move. Ooh, and Snap. Look at that. Snap's on the move. Silver's on the move. These would be the stocks that I keep my eyes on, especially silver and Tesla to the downside. Tesla to the downside. VIX getting into dangerous territory. We've looked at the VIX. I'll add the VIX just because. The VIX getting close to 20. That's when the real fear kicks in. It's down today, but it's made a big jump over the last couple of days with the way the market is going. People are definitely getting more fearful in the market. How about steel? Well, building is not all that great, but 26 undervalued. It does have an RT at 1.6. I'd keep my eye on steel. Let me just peep out the graph real quick. Man, look at that. That's intraday. 3 month. Yeah, USAP was in the fast lane. As soon as it went down into the middle lane, I would have pulled out. Right now, it's trying to get back into the fast lane. I wouldn't touch it until it got back into the fast lane. Not until it got back into. This is the star search graph. Not until it got back in the fast lane. Can we look at the stocks that are falling since the dew went short? So how about this? Glenn, only one thing chain is strong because there is no union. Ooh, I'm not getting to that. What do you think about crypto halving supposedly tomorrow? That's going to be big for crypto. I think that people want to have an opportunity in this Bitcoin. Getting into Bitcoin, it's going to bring a lot of people and it's going to rise. I think that that's going to be good for it. The miners, on the other hand, are going to suffer a little bit until Bitcoin can get back up. The best play for the halving is going to be the ETFs, the spot ETFs. I like IBIT. If you're going to play this halving, IBIT is the way to go. IBIT is a good way to go. All right. So I looked at a lot more stocks than I wanted to, but there they are. But my nice picks for this week would be right now, based on the news, silver, Tesla to the short side. I think that that's going to be a smart play. As a matter of fact, I don't have any of that right now. TSLQ, I want that, and I'm going to get into IBIT. I'm going to take both of those plays myself personally. All right. Cherry picking. So you want to know about stocks to sell short or to play options to the downside. My picks, whether it's the MPI or Midas, I went the opposite direction. So I still use the MPI, but just did it differently. As a matter of fact, let's go to the MPI new search that I created. Near perfect indicator. I created an NPI enhanced bearish. And really all I did was change these around. That the 5-day MT of RT was below 40, and then 3 days ago it was greater than 40. So it's fallen over the last 3 days. Everything else is still the same. All right, and I did that for the Midas touch as well. All right, so you're looking for stocks to sell short. Let's graph these. You're looking for stocks to sell short. They all have options on them, so you can also buy puts. Let's go take a look. AppLovin, which was a hot stock. I need this to hurry up. I hate when this happens. Where is it at? AppLovin, after all this nice run up, in the slow lane. in the slow lane. You looking for stocks to sell short? What else? MTRX, Petroleum Field Services. Look at the pinch and look at the breakout. Slow lane, both DPOs in the negative. Road, look at that. Not much of a pinch, but nicely was running up. Middle lane, definitely in the slow lane. All right, here we go. I'm giving you some in the slow lane. A-Rock, another petroleum stock. Let's go down to Forestar, real estate. Wow. Watch this one, though. It's so close to the band that it's probably going to regress to the mean real quick because it's really on the outside of the band. All right, it's really on the out. I'd be careful with this one. The short happened already. I don't know if I would pull the trigger to the short right now. You're welcome, Maria. Eli Lilly, LLY, ELV. All right, I got enough stocks to look at yours for today. Good Lord. All right, so those are my fish for you to the downside by way of MPI. Same thing for the Midas Touch. I made a Midas Touch negative search. I got the Midas Touch. Everything I touch turns to gold. Woo! Oh, baby. All right, the big change here was I'm looking at VST ascending. All right, so these are bad stocks. Let's go to the graphs on these real quick. Oops, let's go to the viewers first. Let's graph these. We can notice they're all down today. Let's graph all of these. I think it was the right thing to do to give you bearish searches. Now this one, Western Digital, not in the slow lane yet, but definitely in the middle and still trending lower. Both DPOs are moving lower as well. Woo. SM Energy, another petroleum stock in the slow lane. PBF, another petroleum in the slow lane. BJ's in the slow lane. So again, I've given you stocks. To play to the downside. Was that useful for any of you who were looking to play stocks to the downside? Yes or no? Listen, I'm going to give you fish based on the market's conditions. I think that this was the right way to go. How many of you found this useful? They all have options as well. Looking at stocks to sell short in the current market's conditions. Whether you want to sell them short or whether you want to play the options on them, there you go. Another thing, let's go look at, what am I looking at? Contra ETFs. For those who asked me the question about Contras, I'm going to help you out. As far as Contras, I'm going to give you my top 5 based on today's move right here. Who asked me about the Contras? Oh, what a Contra was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my 5 based on today's activity. And look, all the RTs are above 1. All the RTs are above 1. Or I can go down the list and still make sure that I'm looking at more stocks with RTs above 1. These are Contras, playing the market to the downside and looking specifically at the ones that have RTs. Just about every one in here has got an RT above 1. Shorting Boeing, yes. I would have been shorting Boeing a long time ago. I think that the better play right now, who's the beneficiary of Boeing, is going to be EASDY. Who is that? Airbus. Airbus is the better play right now in regards to whether I want Boeing or Airbus. Airbus is going to pick up those orders that Boeing is losing. Airbus, EADSY, I think that's what it is. But I've been talking about that for the past month or so. I think that that's the better play. But this is the way to go right now, Contras. Easy way to make some money. Easy way to make some money. But these are, a lot of them are triple leverage, so just be careful. Be careful with them. Have tight stops on them. Lifestyle says 229 people are watching. We went down to 229. We were, oh gosh. I don't know. Maybe I'm boring y'all. Y'all want me to just leave? Because I can. Y'all want me to just go? I need to put that in here. Big news. I need to put IBIT in there. Prakash, I didn't say that it wasn't temporary. But right now it is the right way to go. Because Boeing is going to be losing those orders because of all of the safety stuff. Did I write down IBIT? Yeah, IBIT is something that I'm getting. Let's go to IBIT, and that is on the rise as well. I think that this halving thing, IBIT is going to be a beneficiary. It's going to be no. If y'all can't get me, I'm going to start saying that. If y'all can't get me 300 people there in here, I'm just going to sit here until we get 300 people. I'm just going to sit here and look. There's no reason why you guys can't get us 300 people. That's not a lot of people. There's not a lot of people. But, I mean, and maybe some of y'all are like, oh, he's just begging for whatever. For what we give, we deserve that. For the content and the analysis that we give, we deserve that. That's the reason I'm asking. You know something? The person that never asks never gets. I'm a salesman by trade. I'm always going to ask for the sale. All right? So for any of you who sit back and say, well, he's just, so what? We deserve it by way of the content that we give. All right? So that's all I got. Joey ain't bullying Glenn. He is napping. I know. Joey's asleep. He's asleep. All right. So that's another one of my stocks in this week's picks that I like. Snap, IBIT, Tesla to the short side, and silver. Those are my fish from the news stories today. Tell you what we're going to do. Where is it? No. Customer picks, right? I asked you for the stocks. That were hurting you the most. Hopefully that's the stocks you gave me. AMD, NVDA, UAL, I don't think that's hurting you. SMCI, ARM, I got you on that one. LUXH, I got you on that one. Cleveland Cliff, TSM, I got you on that one. AF, what is that? Oh, Netflix. Oh, I don't think that's hurting you. Nope, I ain't taking Netflix. NFLX, AVGO, RYCEY, Eli Lilly, and ELV. What else is up there? CCJ, no. Builders, I'll take. BLDR. I'm looking at the stocks. Boeing? I mean, yeah, I'll take it because it's bad stock. AVGO is already on my list. JTI time. Yes, the Joey timing index. It's the JPI. If you're going to type it in, John, if you're going to type in a fake indicator, at least type it right. It's the JPI. I'll do Ford and I'll do CLS. All right, let's go take a look. Hopefully these stocks are getting their asses kicked. And if they are, let's talk about it. Let's graph. Now, because these were high-flying stocks, I am going to put them in the star search. I'm going to put them on a 3-month graph. Wow. All right. So who was the one that was asking about doing the video on how to manage the stocks? Who was it? Just type of me in the room. All right. And Debbie, I'm appreciative of you being here. Who was the one that said I should do another video on how to manage the stocks? AVGO is on the list, Amir. It wasn't you, Amir. It wasn't you. All right, no matter what. Here's a high-flying stock. Fast lane. When would I have gotten out of it? Right here. I would have taken half off the table right here. One, is everybody watching this? Yes or no? Because we only got 217 people, so a whole lot of other people left. This is for the people who really want to learn how to manage your stocks so that you don't give it all back. Is everybody paying attention? I should have a lot of people saying yes right now. A lot. Because this is the stuff right here that keeps you guys from losing out. Right here. You need to be watching. All right. For the stocks that are high-flying stocks, fast lane for a lot of days, big down day. Right here is where you're asking me, oh my gosh, Glenn, should I be getting out of it? All right. This is the day where it closes into the middle lane. That's where you take half off the table. All right. Now you locked in profits. Oh, wait, it went back above. Let's wait for confirmation before we get back in. We didn't get it. All right. Oh, it's up above. Let's wait for confirmation. Boom. We're only trading with half the position right now. Put the other half back in. All right. Look at that. We held. It didn't go in the middle lane, held. We made a little bit of money on the other half, right? We closed below into the middle lane. Take half off the table. Oh, did I ever put that other half in the table? No. When did I take the other half off? Right here when we closed into the middle, into the slow lane. With what I said right now, did that make sense? We're going to do that with all of these stocks you gave me. Did that make sense on how to manage a stock that's a high-flying stock? Yes or no? All right, we're going to start right there. I want to see the yeses or the nos. I want to see the yeses or the nos. Half off the table, locks in profits. Other half getting out in the slow lane, you already locked in profits. You may not have made a lot of money on the other half, but you locked in profits. All right, let's do the next stock. Same time frame. Woof. NVIDIA. When do you take all off the table? Kathy, when we get into the slow lane. So watch this, Kathy. Boom. We're in. Half off the table right here, Kathy. All right. I'm not getting the other half out. We're not in the slow lane. We got back in. We got confirmation. Yep. Next day, boom. There's the other half back on the table. Look at that, Kathy. From where we got in back to a full position, half off the table. Man, that gives you the opportunity to lock in profits. All right. Get in. No, not quite confirmation. I'm not in. I'm still only half a position. Here we go. Right here. I'm in. Not yet. Confirmation. I'm in. All right. I'm out with half. So I from here to here, I made a little bit of money on the full position. Half position. The other half comes off the table. Boom. Look at that. And I can do that for each and every one of these stocks. CLS, a lot more volatile, so you're going to trade a lot more. Everybody understand that. With a more volatile stock, you will be in and out. Do you understand that? Yes or no? All right, do you understand that? Yes or no? A lot more volatile stock, you will be in and out a lot more. If that's not for you and you keep getting in and out, leave the stock alone. If you can't deal with the volatility on the stock, get out of it. That's not the right one. That's not the right. And you know something? It could be going ballistic one day and down. You will thank me for not trading that stock. All right? You will thank me for not trading that stock. If your stock falls and RT goes under one, would you just get out? Absolutely. So now, I'm not using RT. I'm using a graph layout to visually show me how to manage that stock. That's all I'm doing. I'm just using the graph to, and you know something? I'll open up the graph on the stocks that I have every night and see. That's it. That's all I got to do. Go to the next one. Fast lane, out. All right, so I got half out. It never went back above. I'm fully out right here. I probably still locked in a little bit of profit if I were in early. And if I took a loss, I took a lot less loss. Bashir says, Glenn, so now it is in the slow lane. Do we need to get out of all? If your stock is in the slow lane, all right, I'm not giving you advice. I'm giving you guidance. If my stock is in the slow lane, I should be out of it. I should be considering being out of it. When do I get in? Back when it goes back in the fast lane. So I look at Elevance. It's in the fast lane. Big wick at the top. That's a red flag for me, even though it's in the fast lane. That's a big red flag for me. But when should I have been out? Right here. Stock closed in the slow lane. Did I get in here? Nope. No follow through the next day. I got a green. No follow through the next day. I got a green. No follow through the next day. Boom. Woo. Amir says Elevance is going up. Should we get what did I just say? That's a red flag to me right there, Amir. That's a red flag. Rajiv says, how do you set it up? Everybody's got it. If you got a subscription to the software, it's one of the graph layouts. Right here. star search. That's it. You ain't got to set up nothing. It's already here. My average return on what? My portfolio right now for this year? 26% so far this year. 26% so far this year. Glenn, could you look at TZA? Nope. I took the stocks that I'm going to look at. Today. So, Victor, I'll give you another opportunity at another live stream. I need to get through these because Joey's going to be mad at me if I go over time, and I don't care what Joey says. Netflix, interesting. I think that they're going to beat. Do I buy it right now? Should I be in it now? What? Why are you moving over there? What? Really? Why? For what reason? Whatever. Anyway, I think that it beats. All right? That was my 2 cents. From a VectorVest perspective, should I be in it? No. Who takes advantage of this if you think it's going to beat? An aggressive trader. If you're not that aggressive, I wouldn't play Netflix. Does that make sense? Yes or no? If you're not a super, because it's in the, I just bit my tongue. Ow. It's in the slow lane. I really bit my tongue. Goodness gracious. That hurt. The super aggressive person would be the one that's in it. Based on what you see right here from the technicals, I wouldn't take it. All right? I wouldn't take it. Condors would not be a bad play on Netflix. Absolutely, Roger. Condors is a great play. You're going to make money as long as it stays in this channel. All right, folks, I think Netflix beats. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's go. This earnings per share. I'm going to add a parameter. Relative safety. Let's go see. I think it beats. Relative safety is at 1.4. I think it beats. But based on what I see right now, I probably don't touch it. But if I feel like Glenn feels, I jump on board. It's a super aggressive play. Glenn, when do you get into the stock for the first time? Do you come in with a full position or half position? I will come in with a full position. If it's doing what I wanted to do here, I'm going to come in. But you notice that it went way outside the bands. What does it normally do? Reverts to the mean very quickly. Every time it pierces a band, you notice that it reverts back to the mean or the middle really quickly. All right, but I'm going to go with a full position on the initial move. If they beat, maybe all time, or maybe all tech goes up tomorrow, it maybe. I'm not going to stake my portfolio on it, but maybe. All right, next stop. Woof, Builder. Told you I figured that I'd take a look at this one. No, it's in the slow lane. Both DP, it's in the slow lane. And it sort of pinched a little bit and broke. No. When do I get in? Not until it gets back in the fast lane. Look at this. This is where you want to be when it's in the fast lane. Middle lane, take half off the tape. Well, actually, right here would have been that too, because it closed in the middle lane right here. Then I got that. Can I get in? Yep. Ooh, it came back out. All right. Can I get in? Nope. I got confirmation. Boom. Look at that. Take half off. Look at back and forth, folks. This, I can't make it any simpler to manage any and every of your stocks. Woo! UAL, fast lane. Look at the pinch right here. It broke up, came back to the middle lane prior to earnings. So talk about Netflix, right? This is a great example of it. Talk about Netflix. Well, UAL was in the slow lane. I wouldn't touch it. But if I think that they're going to beat earnings, it's an aggressive play, and it worked out. Does everybody see the correlation between UAL or United Airlines and Netflix to play before earnings? Yes or no? Do you see the correlation between the two? UAL also in the slow lane. But I think it's going to beat. Well, that's an aggressive play, and it worked out. It is the same scenario right now for Netflix. If you ain't that kind of aggressive trader, don't touch it. Amir says, you are amazing. Thank you. I just have to move out of California and live close to you so I can succeed. No. I'm telling you, don't come live next to me. Don't do it. Hold on. Don't do it. So again, on the Netflix play, if you're aggressive, I think they beat. Might be a big move. Might be a big move. All right. Next one. Woo, Rolls Royce. Beautiful when it worked, right? Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Half out right here. Boom. Nice move. I got one day, I got confirmation. Put the other half back in. Woo. Close below. Look at that. From here, when we put the other half back in, we made a little bit of money again, right? I got above, no confirmation. I got above, no confirmation. I'm still trading with half. Boom. Take the other half off the table. I love this way of trading. And I don't think there's anybody else on YouTube that can show you a system like this. This is why you need to subscribe to the channel. Eli Lilly, channel, slow lane, pinch. Whole bunch of stuff going on. I'm not touching it right now. But at least it's moving sideways. If you're taking a loss, it's not a big one, but you know something, you might want to consider getting out of it. Rudely with other half position. Rudely? How you get rudely? No, nag going up all the time. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Debbie? Amir in the back of Glenn's nope. That's not happening. All right, next one. AVGO. Slow lane twice. Look at that. Slow lane here. Went sideways. And never really confirmed being back in the fast lane. Let's do this real quick. Nope. AMD, love to play. Not right now. Look at that. When did it officially went into the slow lane? Right here. Would you rather get out here or still be holding here? Folks, you can't get any easier to trade your stocks than this. Holy smoke. I can't express it. Holy smoke. I can't express it hard enough for you. That was the first, out of that high, that was the first close. Actually, this would have been first close in the slow lane. I'd rather you be out here and waiting for another opportunity than riding it down. Woo! And VectorVest does say so. I get excited talking about this stuff. TSM, I love the play. I love the stock. I love everything around it. Right time? Ooh, that was earnings. Oh, they did do earnings. Didn't affect so well. It's in the slow lane. I'd wait. Let's go real quick. Next one. ARM. Ryan loves the stock. Did well in the beginning. When did it officially go into the slow lane? Right here. Look at that. Would you have rather gotten out when it went into the slow lane or still holding it now? Next one. Cleveland Cliff. Slow lane. Twice. Here and here. Next one. Holy smokes, folks. Is Joey as excited as you right now? Nope, he ain't. Ford, slow lane. Man, Boeing. Has it been in the fast lane for the last 3 months? No. Slow lane. And the last one, luxury hotels. Man, it's been trending down. Has it been in the fast lane at all? No. Joey, put me on the end of the screen. Now, let's talk about this. How helpful was this to everybody who's still in the room? Put very helpful, somewhat helpful, not helpful. Type it in the room. Very helpful, somewhat helpful, not helpful. Type it in the room. I want to see it. Because if not, then we don't do stuff like this anymore. Folks, our goal is to help you guys make money. That's what it's all about. Here, I answer all your questions the best as I can, no matter what the question is. I'm trying to show you the techniques. Debbie, especially, was this helpful for you? Everybody who's out there saying, what do I do with my stocks? This layout, and this is one of 2 or 3 layouts that I like. But I like this layout especially for the high rising stocks, the stocks that took off. This is a great layout for it. Nobody else on YouTube has this ability to show you how to manage your stocks? Nobody. Really, Jazz? I'm about to put you in timeout, Jazz. I'm about to put you in timeout. I saw you teach this about a month ago and have used it every day since. All positive. Thank you, Mark. All right, so yeah, hit the like button. If it was worth it for you to stop by today, if it was worth it for you to stop by and get this today, make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Nobody teaches like you. VectorVest is the best. Thank you, Amir. All right, more money, please. Brian, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I am trying. I'm trying to get you as much money as I possibly can. All right, I've been using the Star Search as well, says Bill. 208 watching, 70. Listen, we got 100 likes now. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I am emphatically, what's the word I want to use? Emphatically passionate in wanting to help you guys make money on this channel. Ryan is the same way. This is the reason why I ask you to subscribe to the channel. This is the reason why I ask you to invite people to the live streams. I don't think anybody does what we do, how we do. And it's not like it's 100,000 moving parts. It really isn't. And when I can make this as simple as I have for any stock you own, it's worth it for you to be here. It's worth it for you to hit the like button. It's worth it for you to share this. Man, this is what we do. I am here on many of the live feeds. I really enjoy what you guys are doing. 20 years ago, we didn't have Glenn on YouTube telling us how to invest and use VV. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. I try to be here in the live feeds when I can, Glenn and John. Listen, and if you can't make the live feeds, you know something? Watch the recording. You can still share the recording. You can still share the recording. All right. Define a search, define the stocks that, put me back on for 1 second, Joey. Put me back on for 1 second. All right. We have a search. If you're a subscriber to the software, we have a search. Star Search. Where is it? It's in ProTrader. Searches. Oh, you may or may not have it. Where the hell is it, Joey? No. Search. Where's the? Oh, you got to have ProTrader. You got to have ProTrader. You got to have ProTrader, which is an add-on module. If you take a trial, though, you get access to ProTrader as well. And scroll down. There it is. Star Search. You want to find the stocks that just got into Star Search? Look at that. That's it. Elevance, UNH. Look at that. Amir. It just got in. Put this on 3-month graph. But what did I say? I don't like the red. That's a red flag right there. But you can find the stocks just as they get into Star Search. Look at that. UNH. GPC, watch the red. I like this. Wells Fargo. And it pinched. I just added to the value you got today. That's not even earnings yet, is it? Yeah, it was earnings. How about that? Well, and I love the pinch and breaking up. But yeah, there's a way to find the stocks. GSBD is too many freaking letters. There's a pinch on Snap. I like the move on that. I like that. There you go. So that was the answer to that question. Now I'm done. Would you trade over the counter stocks like Rolls-Royce? Absolutely. And I have done it. All right. How much is Pro? Give our product support staff a call or do the chat feature on the website. 308. All right. I got to go. I have chairs from the highest to the lowest lows. Do I sell them all together and then get back? Debbie, that's hard for me to just answer here. Wow, Joey just took away my chat, so I can't even answer your question, Debbie. Holy smokes. I gotta go. Debbie, blame that on Joey. I can't even read the question again. He took it away. So
how many times do you need to read it?
I was trying to read it so I can get a better understanding.
You read it out loud.
Stop yelling.
You read it out loud.
Sigh. I gotta go. I'm gonna sign off.
I gotta go again. Say I gotta go one more time.
I gotta go.
Say I gotta go.
I gotta go one more time.
Say it again.
I gotta go one more time. Adios. I'm gonna do a sad sign off. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha. To all my peeps in Hawaii, odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Bye, everybody.
Until next time, folks.
Bye.
See